The gyno glands removal surgery. So I mentioned it in my last video, and all of a sudden I'm getting DMs on Instagram and comments in the comment section below asking about it. I didn't really expect that because it was very brief. I kind of wanted to expand on it in later videos, and once I've had a little bit more information and more insight, to give you sort of pictures, before and after, after it's properly healed and stuff. So I didn't really want to rush it and tell you a whole lot about, since I don't really know that much myself yet, because I'm only 12 days after post surgery. So I mean, back up a little bit. I decided to do it because anytime I would get leaner, I would get this, like, under here. I would always get the gyno, and I would just see it. I would always take anti-estrogens and aromatase inhibitors, stuff like that, and I would always be taking them, which does shrink it down, but it doesn't get rid of it. So I said, well, I might as well just start looking into it and book it in. So I found out the surgeon that I wanted. He did a really good job. I got in contact with him and I said, I want to get it done, such and such. The surgery was done under general anesthetic, so a lot of people will get it, under local, but I went under, so I got it done under general anesthetic. The surgery lasted about an hour and a half. It was all fine. So the first day, it was really sore. Kind of not to the, it didn't hurt, but it was swollen and sore. I'll post pictures as well at a later point when I've had 5 days, directly after, 5 days after, 10 days after, a month after, so on and so forth, where you can actually get a proper insight. Now the costs, it costed about just over $5,000 to get it done. Now it is cheaper if you get it done under local. But I wanted to get it done under general anesthetic because I don't know. I just thought that it's like they put you to sleep and you wake up and it's done. It's that kind of thing. Pain wise, did not hurt at all. I did not take a single painkiller, pain relief. It was fine. There was no pain whatsoever. Not even the night after. Obviously, you can't lay on your chest and stuff like that. You can't sleep on your chest. But yeah, it pulls you a little bit. So when you lift your arm up, it pulls a little bit. Even still, I just had the stitches removed. So that's that. Couldn't really train, obviously. You can't really train. So I say that I did end up training, just being stupid. I went into the gym and I started doing like hamstrings and stuff like that, and then I got a little bleed, so I freaked out. I was like, shit, it's bleeding. But what it was is it was just blood under the skin, because the surgeon said that the glands were really big. So as he took them out, there was a space left there, which basically gathered like some blood, and it just leaked out, and that was that. So that wasn't anything to worry about. What he also did is he actually used like some sort of a lift, like I don't know how to explain it. So from the point where he used like a little hook to where it lifted my bottom chest to hook it onto that space from the hole that was left from the gland. Because the thing is, I didn't have gyno, I had the glands removed. I didn't have the gyno cut out, the mass itself. I just had the glands removed. So basically, I didn't have bad gyno because, as I said, I was taking aromatase inhibitors, so it was always shrunken down. It's just the fact that it was the glands that I just didn't want to get them. Now, is there a chance that I get it again? So he said that he tried to cut out as much out as possible. So technically I shouldn't get it. So as in like 99.9% out of it. So technically I shouldn't. I don't know if I can even. I don't think I can show you right now because but yeah, it's not even pretty to look at. It's still bruised a little bit because basically because he explained the entire process, because he wanted to make a really small incision. He had to like use things to pull to stretch the entire chest out so he could cut the gland out. He said that in his opinion, it wasn't just steroid induced. It was from from my teenage years and stuff, which I'm not sure, because when I look at my sort of when I was about 16 and stuff, skinny, I didn't really have gyno, but who's to say really. So yeah, that was that. So I've discussed the costs, I've discussed the recovery, I've discussed the little hiccup that I had. I mean, nothing else really. So yeah, okay. So you had to wear that kind of like a compression vest to sort of have the chest up tight, which was fine. The stitches were removed after 12 days. I don't really know what else you want to know about it. Like I said, it was purely a cosmetic thing, so I don't, and because, I mean, frankly, I'm going to be taking gear for probably for the rest of my life. I'm not talking about, heavy steroid cycles. I'm talking about TRT when I'm like 35 or whenever I decide to stop sort of that kind of, blasting, cruising and stuff, when I decide to just go on TRT when I'm like 50 or whatever. I don't want to be dealing with gyno. Other side effects, my skin is clear. I don't get hair loss, stuff like that. Now, during that blast that I did, a gram of test blast, I did actually get, the gyno did get quite bad, so I actually had to take, a Arimidex every other day. Which is why I didn't want to bother with having to constantly do that. So I just wanted to have it done. That's all it is, basically. That's all there is to it. It's not like it bugged me or it was bad, it was saggy. It wasn't like that. Oh, as you'll see from the pictures, it was purely a cosmetic thing. So yeah, I hope that answers some of those questions. Like I said, I'm going to keep you posted. I'm going to kind of do an entire series on that. So stay tuned for that if you're interested. If you got any questions or if you're thinking about getting it done, do message me. If you've got it, obviously, if you've got anything that you want to ask in addition. But anyway, guys, that's the video. I think next video what we'll do is we'll cover different so steroid induced gyno versus natural gyno, and then we're gonna get into how to kind of control that, and can you prevent it naturally, can you prevent it with drugs, what to do to reverse it if you've got a mild case. And if you just are talking about the glands, then the glands just have to go. But anyway, I'm going to talk to you next time.